So we've noticed lately, well, it's been like this for a while, but we've noticed that there's been some really just outrageous scoring. The scoring is just getting ridiculous at this point. We're getting some really bad scorecards. We had a judge score 3 rounds to 2 to Cheeto Vera against Corey Sandhagen. We had the 30-27 for Carl Nelson today. Like, it wasn't a robbery that Carl Nelson won, but giving him the first round is just doesn't make sense. And then we had the draw for Grasso versus Shevchenko, where one of the judges gave Alexa Grasso a 10-8 in the fifth. And we're seeing this a lot now, that the judging is just, even Jack Della Maddalena versus Kevin Holland, giving one of the judges giving that to Kevin Holland is ridiculous. Like, and the fact that none of the judges gave him a 30-27 is pretty ridiculous too, but not too crazy. I can understand giving the second to Kevin Holland, but still, the fact that one of the judges had Holland winning is like insane to me. But still, to get on to the point I'm going to make though. How do we fix this problem? Now, a lot of people say, well, the UFC needs to do something about it. The UFC can't. It's all to do with the commission. But you know what the UFC can do? They can make these judges accountable for what they say. Now, they can't fire them, obviously, because it's all down to the commission. The UFC, they don't assign the judges. They don't have control over the judges. Now, people maybe think, maybe they have some background power over the judges. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Maybe they bribe them or something. I don't know. No, I don't think they do that. It'd be highly illegal if they were doing that. But still, to get on to my main point for this, so how do we hold these judges accountable? So my idea for this is when there's a controversial decision, you get Joe Rogan or John Anik or DC or Michael Bisping or whoever is doing the post-fight interviews, and you actually get them to go interview the judges themselves. Let them be held accountable. Go, Joe Rogan, go get your microphone. You microphoned you put your microphone in McGregor's face when his leg was shattered. You went and interviewed DC when he was fucking knocked out by John Jones. So it's not like it'd be the craziest thing for Joe Rogan to go and interview. Joe Rogan loves to interview people, so just go interview the judges, the controversial judge, and let's get their thought process behind this, because I want to know Mike Bell's thought process to giving Grasso a 10-8 in the fifth in a round that she was losing before she won it. She did win the fifth round, but she was down. She was losing that round until the last minute, where she got Shevchenko. She capitalized on Shevchenko making a big mistake with her throw, and then she took it back and landed a lot of good shots and was throwing up submission attempts. But in no way can Mike Bell give that a 10-8. And Mike Bell's normally a pretty good pretty good judge most of the time. Like, he's never really the controversial judge. So honestly, it'd really be good if we could have got like a post-fight interview for the judges, and how we could have just to hear what his reasoning is. Like, it's something we never get. We never get to know why the judges do these controversial decisions. It's like the guy who scored the Corey Sandhagen fight to Cheeto Vera. He was literally apparently had beef with Corey Sandhagen, but how would he have explained him giving it to Corey Sandhagen, giving it to Cheeto Vera without coming off as biased or whatever? He would have to make up excuses, and the only way you can hold these judges accountable is if you interview them afterwards and you get their rationale, their reasoning, why they make all these stupid decisions. It's the only way we can fix this, because the UFC can't do anything besides this. All they can do is interview the judges, because there's no way. They don't control the commission. The commission, at the end of the day, it's all down to the commission how these fights get scored, with how these judges get put in. It's all down to the commission. But the one thing the UFC can do is they need to get these judges interviewed, we need to hear what they're we need to know what's going through their heads when they score these fights. Maybe they can actually change our minds. Now, it won't happen because there's no reasoning to give that fifth round a 10-8 for Alexa Grasso. There just isn't. But at least if we can hear his point of view, at least maybe we won't think it's a corrupt bribe that he's taken that's made him do this. Because I'm thinking he's corrupt because it's such a ridiculous scorecard that it's just I don't know. It boggles the mind. That's all I can say about it. It boggles me. I think about it and it doesn't really make much sense, does it? Like winning 1 minute of the round and landing a few ground and pound strikes. Yeah, it wins you the round, but it doesn't get you a 10-8 when you're losing the other 3.5 minutes of the round. Like, yeah, just ridiculous. And I really want to hear the Corey Sandhagen judge. I wish he got held accountable because, like Corey Sandhagen said, apparently that guy was refereeing the fight for his teammate and he had to go in for either an early stoppage or a late stoppage, something along them lines. And yeah, the guy obviously held a grudge. But obviously the commission needs to do more as well. It shouldn't just be on the UFC to go, interview these guys and get their reasoning. But we need to hold these these judges accountable because they're taking fighters' purses away from them. Like that being a draw, Alexa Grasso isn't getting her win bonus. Shevchenko isn't getting her win bonus. Nobody gets their win bonus. And then also on the other end, fighters can go put on a great performance, like Della winning arguably 3 rounds and putting on a really, I know people saying it was boring, but it was a real technical performance in my opinion, like a masterclass in my opinion, just of defense and, just boxing, MMA boxing. And he almost had that all taken away from him because of one judge not knowing how to score a fight. Like, it's just ridiculous. Sometimes, yeah, Dana will be real good and he'll give them their win bonus, but sometimes he doesn't. And these fighters are missing out on their win bonus because of the judges' incompetence. Now, obviously, we can say, "Oh, the commission needs to do something about this." Come on, commission, do something. But they're never going to do anything. The commission, I don't know. I have a belief that the commission is corrupt because they don't do shit about judging. They let all these same judges who all make these big mistakes and everything. They keep letting them going on to judge. I don't know. It's honestly weird. Like you'd have to believe the commission has to be corrupt at this point because they keep letting them judge. Like especially the Texas commission, they are corrupt. Now I'm 100% on this. I don't live in America, so I don't have to worry about the Texas commission coming for me. But the Texas commission is the most corrupt sporting commission I've ever seen. Like it's generally I don't like. There's no way to justify it. It was like when and I know it's ironic that this man was involved in this, but with James Krause when he fought Trevin Giles, one of the rounds he won like quite clearly. Like he just dominated that round, and the judge was trained jiu-jitsu with Trevin Giles, and he gave that round to Trevin Giles. It was like, how can you not claim corruption? Like there was no way to justify that one round. Now I'm not saying that fight was a robbery. I can't even remember that fight anymore. But the fact that one of Trevin Giles' jiu-jitsu coaches was the fucking referee or some guy he trained jiu-jitsu with, I don't remember the exact details, but somebody he had trained with was judging his fight is a clear conflict of interest. Like, you literally train with the guy, you're gonna fucking be biased. There's no way around it. Like, he should have said something, but they probably knew. Like, there was literal photos of them on their Instagrams of them hanging out and training together in gis and shit like that. It's like, genuine corruption there. And then there was that guy who came, he ended up getting arrested for having a possession of some indecent stuff. He scored the fight, the Roxanne Modafferi versus Casey O'Neill fight. He scored it like 30-27 Roxanne or 29-28. Either way, ridiculous scorecard because Casey O'Neill dominated that fight. But he literally scored the fight for Roxanne, which was, again, one of the worst scorecards. And we all know he was a freak, after hearing what the guy did. and he was also a rocket scientist. So apparently it doesn't take a rocket scientist to score MMA fights correctly, because apparently fucking even they can't. Yeah, I don't know. I've just noticed all this corruption in the judges, all these corrupt decisions. Some of them, luckily the other judges aren't as corrupt, or they actually know how to score fights, and luckily a lot of these robberies are avoided. But the fact that we are literally a whisker away from getting some of these robberies is fucking startling. Like, whenever you see it, like, a lot of the time, even if my fighter puts on a dominant performance, or, I'll still be nervous to hear the judge's scorecard, because you don't know with these judges. Like, it actually scares me how often, like, a guy I'm wanting to win will go on and put, like, like a dominant, clear decision win, and then you hear Mike Bell scores the fight 29-28. Saudi Amato scores at 29-28. The other guys are like, what the fuck? And then you'll get the occasional phantom 30-27. Like, a lot of title fights, you'll get the phantom 49-46 scorecard. That doesn't make any sense. Like, one of the judges had the fucking Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gane fight 49-46 Ngannou. Like, how? You can't even justify that in any logical sense. That's fucking stupid. I don't know. I'm just sick of these judges. I'm just gonna fucking move to America, and I'm gonna fucking infiltrate the judging fucking circuit or something, and I'm gonna become an MMA judge. I feel like that's the only way. I need to go fight the corruption from within, because the fucking athletic commissions aren't doing shit about this. And there's only one man who's brave enough to do it, and that's Benny P. I'm fucking doing it. I'm coming for the commissions. I'm coming for the corrupt judges. I'm going to save MMA before it falls down and turns into the shit show that boxing has become, with all their constant robberies. I'm not the hero you want. I'm the hero MMA needs. But yeah, Batman line's out of the way. I'm actually getting fucking sick of this, man. Every card, it's just killing my love for the sport sometimes. I'll always love this sport, but I can't stay invested in a sport where I can't even trust the judges to give correct decisions. Like, I don't know. It just ruins careers. It ruins interest in the sport. They just need to fucking correct themselves. They need to start reading these scoring criterias more. Like, damage is the number one scoring criteria, but none of these fucking judges seem to realize that. Like, a lot of these judges are stuck. I think they're stuck in the past with the old scoring criteria or something. But even then, sometimes they would just, I don't know, I forgot which judge it was, but one of the judges literally said he scored the fight. He has his own scoring criteria for the fights. It's like, fuck off, mate. You're not the fucking head of the commission. You don't go in there and put your own fucking scoring criteria in there. You use the fucking scoring criteria they have. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? You're not fucking some revolutionary trying to fucking shake it up. Like, I forgot. I wish I could remember which judge it was. But yeah, he went on Chael Sonnen's podcast or something like a few years ago. I think it got scrubbed off the internet though, the episode. But he literally like explained that he's got his own scoring criteria, and that's why there's so many split decisions, because he literally has his own scoring criteria he goes by. It's like, is that not, like, do the commissions not listen to this and say, well, we should probably fucking get rid of this guy? If he's scoring on his own scoring criteria, he's not using our criteria, then yeah, we this guy's got to go. We can't keep this guy around anymore. Like, does that not go through their head at all? Like, I don't know. You would think after a while they would just, they would go, you know, that is a little weird. He said that he's not using our scoring criteria, but we're gonna keep sanctioning him to go and score fights. It's like, do they just not give a shit? Like, the commission has to be getting paid off by like boxing or fucking some like some Karen group or something that's trying to like eliminate MMA from within. Because I don't get it. The commission just doesn't do anything about this. And I don't know. I either gotta go fucking fucking what's that movie? The has like Al Pacino in it, like, and he's like a undercover cop. fucking. I can't. I'm trying to remember that movie. I gotta go like full undercover cop. Full fucking Donnie Brasco to fucking get this. That's it, Donnie Brasco. Like, I gotta go undercover and fucking. I gotta meet all the judges and find out why they're scoring the fights the way they do because it's becoming a joke. Like it's getting beyond ridiculous, but I think I'm the man to change this sport for the better. I'm gonna do it somehow. I'm gonna save this sport. But yeah, I honestly I think they gotta start interviewing the judges afterwards. If they can get that implemented, I don't know if that has to go through the commission or not, but if they can do that, the sport might be saved, and we might not get all these shit scorecards anymore. We might actually have a sport where we can actually feel safe knowing that it's in good scoring hands, and we don't have to be sweating and being fucking nervous as fuck every time a fight goes to the judges' scorecards. But yeah, that's it. I've waffled on long enough. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.